Hello. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to scoot this. I must have bumped it. There we go. Okay. Hi, how are you guys? I feel like it's been a while since I have gone live. Um, so I'm a little bit like I'm excited to be back. I had some things that I was doing today. I knocked out a workout and got my steps in and all of that stuff. And then I thought it would be fun to play around with some stuff. I have this idea for these inks that I have bought back in March when I was in Crop on the Cape. I bought these inks from one of the local stores. Hi, Kim. Hi, Benita. Hi, Cara. And Linda. Linda was the first one here. I thought that we would play around with those and like some fun summer colors. So let me put me down here. Here I am. I'm still here. And hi, Cheryl. And so I pulled out, this is my idea. So I did this card. This card has a whole video, and I did the fun little summer drinks, and I did these with alcohol inks. And it was super fun to make, but I understand not everybody has alcohol inks. You can also use re-inkers, like if you have Copic markers or who else does re-inkers? Olo doesn't, they're cartridges. Hi, Rhonda. Who else? Oh, Altenew. They also have alcohol inks that you can get the re-inkers. You can use those to do these techniques. But I thought, well, if you don't have alcohol inks, how else could you get kind of this fun look? And so I have an idea that I want to try, except this time we're going to turn it into a shaker, which I think is really fun. I have been really vibing with hi Jackie, hi Cynthia, with interactive cards lately. And so I thought that would be fun to do a shaker. So here's the bits that I have for the shaker. And I think we're going to go with these. What is this called? This is called the Beach Party Shaker Beads. So I think this is going to be our kind of like our color scheme here. It's like a pinkish purple, a yellow, an orange, and a blue. And I feel like that's super pretty. And so that's what I'm going to go with. Though I do love these ones. I just don't think that this one definitely doesn't make sense in a drink. This is the Summer Blooms mix, but it is still very pretty. This one is clay, and it's the same the same colors, but I think these will shake a bit better. I watched your process video with this card, so good. Oh, thank you. Okay, so here's the inks that I want. Here's what I want to try. So I got these interference. How does Lisa Horton say it? I don't know. Isn't she British? I'm not 100% sure. So I picked out some like drink colors that I would want to drink that have a summery vibe that will go with my choice here. And so what is different about these inks is I did a little sampley situation, but where is it on this desk? Nobody knows. Nobody knows where it is. Oh, here. Okay, so I have used her metallic inks in another video, and they were great. These ones are different. So these ones look like this on white cardstock, and then mind you, when I show you on black, they're all the same thing. These are the same inks. So this one is this one is this one, so on and so forth, on black. And so they are different. They still have that like beautiful metallic shimmer, but it's different on white than it is on black. So I thought, couldn't we maybe do a interference? You're the best. um, who is that? Eleanor? So what I'm going to do is I am going to do a gradient from dark markers to light markers and see if it will give us the same kind of vibe. So we're doing a bit of experimenting. If you have not been over on the Instagrams, Pretty Pink Posh has been doing Instagram hops each day, and they do a giveaway for each one. So if you haven't been hopping along, all right. So here, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark it because I don't want to have to color more than I need to. You know what I'm saying? If I had a pencil, because you know your kids just break in here and run away with your stuff. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just giving myself a little outline to try these 3 colors. So then that way we can make an informed decision. Okay. Do you guys, I like the little shakers. I think that they're fun. And I also think that because I think they're fun for everyone. But because I am in the season of life where I still do have littles. Hi, Jennifer. I do enjoy them quite a bit because my kids enjoy them so much. All right, so now I got stuff everywhere. My desk is always, y'all, always. I'm not lying to you. It always be doing the most, this desk. All right, 3 7 3 5 3 3 3 1. Okay. Oh, Francis, good. The lives are fun. I mean, I do enjoy them because we get to like chit chat and have conversation, and you guys get to see that, you know, the internet isn't real life, and people are always putting their best foot forward on the internet, and it's not always sunshine and roses. Okay, so here's what I got going on. Let me zoom in. Wrong way. Swoop. Okay. So I have a gradient from black all the way to light gray. So we're going to go from black all the way to white in the hopes that this will work for us. Okay. And I can already tell that we're going to get a lesson in re-inking today because look at how sad this black is. All right, hold on. I don't think I took it. I don't think it's in this bag. I think it is over in my... Yep, sure is. Oh, Lord. Oh, and I forgot my washcloth. I'm a mess. I am a mess. All right. Okay. So we're gonna do a little re-inking moment here. And it's the old or the new re-inker, so it'll take us 100 years. Or my kids will be in college by the time we're done. I know why people wanted the smaller ones because they make less of a mess. But as somebody who is super impatient and always in a rush, they do be taking the most time. All right. So I put some in and then I look on the side. Oh, look, I'm making a mess. Then I look on the side and see if it's made its way down to the nib or if I need more. Some people are very organized and they weigh them and all kinds of stuff, but your girl ain't got no time for that. Okay, I'm going to say, even if it's not good, it's good enough to get us through. I'm just going to absorb some of that I dropped on there. And I'm going to put this back in. And then I'm going to have to clean this up with my dry, sad washcloth. Cynthia, I'm at home more often due to muscular dystrophy. Lives help you to stay connected and learn so much. Good. I'm so glad that they're helpful to you. Okay. Now, let's do it again. Yeah, see, that's better. All right. This part, I feel like, is not going to be that interesting. But hang tight. Because the interesting part is coming. Like, it's like we didn't even re-ink it. I said that I thought it was good, and look at me lying in front of God and everybody. I don't know. Maybe it just needed to move down because it is getting better. All right. So I don't want to take the color all the way up because this is C9, because I do want it to still have the lightest, like, show the white in the drink. So I got to get it faded out, maybe about a little more than halfway up. Okay, so one of the things, you just did some marker spot time. So see how I'm creating this like line where it's very clear that I'm stopping in the same spot. We don't want that. That's no good for the blending. I call it creating a wall of color onto the C7. So we don't want that. We want to vary our strokes so that there is a little bit of kind of like a jaggedy line. Also, here for the next one, I won't do it so you can see the difference. So you also want to like go over the previous color. If you don't go over the previous color, okay, and we just come in, do you see how you can totally tell where the last one stops? Oh, look, both my sisters are in here. Both my sisters are in here. Thanks for coming by. So you do want to go over the previous color. Lori, we are making a drink shaker card. Oh. All right. So then on to the C5. And we do want to make sure, like I said, we're going over that previous color. I'd be very interested to see what color the ink looks when it's in these kind of mid-tones. Hi, Susan. Did you get my message? I messaged you back. I'm sorry I missed your message yesterday. Okay. We're almost done with the blending part. And then we'll be on to the... Yeah, they're great. They're just popping in here, checking in on me. But to be fair, I'm the youngest, so they've been checking in on me my whole life. Me and Kim more so than me and Michelle, but typically Kim be checking on me and then be like, don't tell mom. Because that's how siblings work. Okay. And then the last one. So I said I wasn't going to go all the way up, and then here I am going all the way up. This one's a sad little marker too. Can you see how white the tip is? Oh, hi Sharon. Yeah, that last video is fun. If you haven't seen it, it's one stamp and then but 4 cards, 4 completely different cards one way. That one this one I have another one up, so I just switched. That one was a lot of fun to do. And you know I'm all about getting more bang for your buck. So, and look at now this one's white. Lord have mercy. Both sisters are here. Yes, Michelle and Kim. They're also both working, so I don't know how long they'll be present and accounted for. But it was nice of them to pop in, nonetheless. All right. I'm trying to get away without re-inking this. We'll see if I'm able to or not. I don't know. All right. So now, that's that. Let me zoom us back out. And then we'll do these. I do want to know, these are pigment. They're pigment inks. They have dye and pigment ink. Like they're like a mixture. Who else is like that? There's another one that Reactive Inks from Hero Arts, I think, are that way. So you do want to make sure that you're using your brushes that are for your oxides if you're going to be using your brushes. These ones, I don't use oxides a lot. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So I just have these, like just a handful of them, because I just don't use them a ton. So if you can always wash them out and reuse them if you don't want to use them. But if you use a regular, if you use your oxide brushes on a regular pad, you will contaminate it. You'll be able to see it. All right, so we're going to do this one here. This is the wrong brush. So let's try that. This is Cherry Bomb Shimmer. Doesn't that sound, look at this. Doesn't that sound amazing? All right. So let's see if it works. No, I don't know if it's going to work. You can see the pink on the bottom. I don't know that it's going to be, oh, there we go. Maybe I just need to go straight to the paper versus off the paper. I'm kind of getting it over there, which is obviously not my intent. So it is working. Are these like buildable? There we go. That is better. So maybe I just need to tap it in. That's maybe the way to go. Oh, hi, Julie. I didn't even see you snuck in there. So that's what we're looking like right now. However, I don't love the way that it looks when you can't see the shimmer. So we'll have to see. All right. So the next one is Lemon Candy Shimmer. Let me wipe this up so we don't contaminate. Okay. So the tapping, I think, is the trick. And then just go in directly in. Yeah, that's better. So tap. This is like electric. No, they're only new to me, Pam. I don't think they're new on the market. I picked them up in March, back in March. All right, so I do think that we can make this work, but I don't think black is the way to go. I think experimenting is good and it teaches us things, but I don't think black is going to be the way to go. I think if we pick one that we like, okay, I'm still going to do the other one. If we pick one that we like, and this is Tropical Paradise Shimmer, then I think that we could do a darker version of like a dark pink and then maybe still get the same kind of vibe. This one looks very similar to the first one. Maybe the pink is lighter. Okay. Oh, you picked up some of the metallic ones? Yeah, I like them a lot. But I love all things bright and shiny. I'm like a little squirrel. If it's bright and shiny, it will grab my attention. All right. So these look pretty similar. The pink is lighter, but the shimmer is pretty similar. So I think drink-wise, I do think I like this one. What do you guys think? Does the Cloud9 smear the black alcohol marker ink? No, the ink is not smearing at all. I like this one. Okay, so cherry, lemon, tropical. Give me your votes in the comments while I clean up. What did I do with my rag, y'all? I cannot be trusted. We are playing with some pretty pink posh, Julie. We're making a shaker drink. All right. I like the red. I agree. I'm going to go with this one. Yeah, everybody's voting for the cherry. Yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree, friends. Okay. So now let me get my markers out accordingly for us to be able to do that drink. Okay. Good. See, this was a good experiment for us because now we know. All right. Now, let me grab some cardstock. I have my I have my summer scenes class coming up this weekend. There's still a couple of kits left, or just the class. But anyway, so I have that coming up this weekend, and there was one order that came in after all the other ones had already shipped, and I was like, I've got to get this in the mail. But normally, my sister Michelle and I do like all of that, do all of that together. So she'll be over and we'll go through and knock out all the shipping and the labeling, and then if there's any issues, I'm typically doing something else because she's totally competent without me. But I am like doing other things, and if she needs something, I'm here. But anyway, so today I was like, I've got to get this in the mail, and she hasn't been here. So I was like, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to do it. I have to do it myself. And okay, hold on. I'm grabbing this is the Sunburst pierced plate. I'm going to use this as my background. This is just already cut to an A2 size. And then I tape them in place by kind of like wrapping it around the back. So anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to get the whole, still not caught up from the previous class, missed the live, tucked up in bed. Oh, I'm sorry. When did we do? I think we're doing it at 2:30. I'm not 100% sure, but I do think it is 2:30 on Saturday. So anywho, and you don't have to have whatever I'm using, because we're just teaching building scenes, so you can use the scene stuff that you have. So don't fret about that. But so it's like, I gotta get this in the mail, and we have like a whole setup. Like, girl, we got a label printer, we got like a whole to do. But I don't. Stella, it's on my website. I will. Can I pop in a comment on my own thing? I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I think I can. Paste. There we go. That's the new one. Hi, Brandon. So anyway, so I was like, okay, I have to get this printed. I'm not going to pull out the printer label and all of that stuff. I'm just going to print it right off the laptop, and then I'll just run it up to the post office. So I went to go print it, and when I tell you this label printed a full 8.5 by 11 sheet, y'all, I am not exaggerating. I took a picture of it and sent it to Michelle. I was like, I cannot be trusted to print my own labels. And also, am I using this? Yes. So Jen, who signed up to take my summer scenes class, is getting a package in the mail that is a full on. This is separate pieces, and this is I'm just going to do the little stitch detail. I'm fine with that. She is getting an envelope in the mail that has a full 8.5 by 11 label right on the front of it, because I was like, I'm using it. I already printed it. I'm going with it. Can't stop me. Okay. So this I will need to cut. Maybe, can I cut them at the same time? I think I can. That's going to be, this will create the frame for our shaker. All right. And then in addition to that, so I'm going to have that in the center, and then I do think this is the summer cocktails that we use for the other one. I'm going to do, I think, some little ice cubes, because I think that would be really cute. And no, absolutely, Michelle, she's getting that package. Whether she is getting that package. I'm going to do these out of vellum, I think. And then I kind of, this set also has a straw in it. This is for the umbrella. So I'm going to snag the straw out of the summer cocktails so that I can put that in there. And then this will go, there's two. This is the inside. I'm not, you know what, I'm not going to do this. That's too many little pieces parts for your girl. You got to meet a Broadway superstar last weekend. You did? Go on, Brandon, tell us. Going to the post office is big for Kelly. Susan, you know me. You know me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be going out. I don't want to be none of it. All right, so we're going to do the straw, the little umbrella. This is going to be our little garnish. Yeah, that's fine. We can do the one little, because you'll be able to see it through there, and that'll be cute. And then I have the little summer, and I had thought about doing like a little beach moment at the bottom, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to let the drink be in the center and let that be the focal point. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I need vellum for this. On to the... I got to meet a Broadway Super Show last weekend. Been a hot minute. Okay. Let me... Oh, here. Perfect. So I'm going to do the little vellum ice cubes. That'll be cute. And then I also think that I am going to do the little summer. The summer die has a shadow, and so I'm going to do that, I think, out of vellum. And then that'll sit at the bottom. I got to tape these. Okay. Hi, Andrea. Well, Brandon, I'm glad you had such a good Father's Day. That's amazing. I know we've talked before about the musicals. Oh, I better turn this around. There we go. My little one loves the musicals. I can just see all of the time I will be spending at Playhouse Square with my little jelly bean. The first show I ever actually saw at like musical I saw at Playhouse Square was when my middle sister, I'm gonna move this over, when my middle sister turned 30. My birthday gift to her was tickets to see Grease. Because that's her favorite movie. So that was the first one that we went and saw. And it was a very good show. Okay. So I'm going to scoot these over. I am going to trim this. Am I going to trim this? What did I do with my scissors? I needed it to cut Caitlin's... where is my jelly bean? My jelly bean is at daycare right now because Mama and Daddy are working. So when I'm done here, I will pick her up. I'll scoop her up. And then when I scoop her up, she'll say to me, is Aunt Michelle coming over today? And today I'll be able to tell her yes. And she'll be so excited. All right. She do be loved to running my sister ragged. She do. Yesterday, she was outside and was playing with her brother and his friends. There is a considerable age gap, but they're really good with her. The rest of the boys, not her brother. I mean, he is, but he likes to torment her. And since pronunciation is still hard when you're 4, she always says, Nathan, stop antagonizing me. You're antagonizing me, because we always yell at him for antagonizing his sister. It's very funny. Kids, man. They are a lot of work, but well worth it. Well worth the entertainment. I'm watching my new craft room. Fire Stick is working. Tech is not my thing. Well, you know, tech is not my thing either. Your first ever was Phantom. I've never seen Phantom of the Opera, Brandon. I love me some butter biscuit. Well, she loves her some Auntie Shell. So, all right. So we got this one done. And I do usually, like, I just go in and take the tape right off of the back. Okay, so I got that. And then, oh, see, look at, I was so busy. What did I do? Where are these from? Oh, this is from Eric's card. This is from Eric's Father's Day card. I have not shared that video yet. I had planned on sharing it on Monday, but, you know, life got in the way. All right, so let's gather this up. Okay. And this is our umbrella stick. Is that all of them? It is. So now we're going to cut throw these in here so I don't lose them. So now I don't need this inside piece anymore. I actually need 2 more bases. So we're going to cut those. One of them is going to be out of white and the other one is going to be out of acetate, and that's going to create our lid for our shaker. But I do like to cut them at the same time, since sometimes acetate can be a trickster. You know what I'm saying? It can give us a hard time. Where is my, not vellum. Oh, I set it to the side. Where did I put it? Is it up here? Do we know? Does anybody know? What did I do with it? All right, well, let me grab another one. Okay. Thankfully, we just reorganized that and I knew exactly where it was going to be. All right, so here I have my acetate panel. So I'm just going to lay this here. Put my die on top of it. I'm going to use one piece of tape to tape my acetate to my paper, and then the other one to tape the die to both of them. So then this should give me both of my pieces. Hello. I bought heat resistant acetate and I can't die cut it. Tried all the tricks, no luck. So I also bought heat resistant acetate. This was quite some time ago and I ran into the same problem. What I ended up doing was, just because it does impress into the acetate. So you can see I'm running this back and forth a couple of times. It doesn't press into the acetate, but it doesn't necessarily cut all the way through. So I did end up, I think, going in with my little scissors. This one, these are the clear acetate panels from Hero Arts. I almost never have an issue cutting this one, as long as I take the time to put that backer piece behind it and run it through a couple of times. Okay, so now that's that. Now this is my new scrap piece of acetate. I'll put it in my bucket. Okay. Now, all right, let's look at our pieces parts. Our little umbrella. Our straw. All right, so now let's pick our color scheme because remember, we're using this. So we've got the pink taken care of with the color of the drink. So the pink is taken care of. Let's do a lemon. That'll hit up the yellow. Okay. Is this the new one or the old one? That is the old one. Okay. Y08 224.99. Okay. Now let's do the umbrella blue and the straw orange. Because then my drink around here will also be blue. Oh, I forgot to do the ice cubes, guys. Sherry won the whole release on their live today. She had to call right after she was announced. Oh my gosh, good for her. That's awesome. Where's my blues? Over here, maybe? Okay. That's a B2. Where's the rest of the B's? Oh, maybe jelly bean. There's the 4. All right, so we're going to do the umbrella blue. No, the straw blue, the umbrella orange. Is that what we decided? No, because I want to be able to see this. $4.79. Okay. Oh, Britain's having a heat wave. It's been terrible here. Like it has been in like the 60s and 70s. That's trash for summer weather in Cleveland. Like we haven't been swimming in 2 weeks because it's just been too cold. I don't like that. I also need to cut this. Maybe we'll cut that out of blue. Like that'll be a fun way to bring in the blue. What do I got in here? I'd like a bright blue. Like a bright blue? I don't even know what color this is. I'll have to look it up later. All right, let's do that. And our ice cubes. I'm going to do the Scout because it's easier. Brandon, are you talking about the pink fresh inks? Is that what you were hoping she won? All right, let me scoot this up. Switch it around maybe. There we go. Just trimming this down. So I can run them through at the same time. Okay. Oh, I guess it would help if I took out the top plate. Genius. All right. Oh, pink fresh stinks. Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. All right. It is a nice 73 here on your lounge deck enjoying the breeze. That is nice. It's not hot here today. It's only 76. In fact, when I went to the post office, I had nothing on, like no air, no nothing. Where's that ice cube? There it is. Okay. I am going to do a few more ice cubes so that they're just rattling around in there. But they do want to stick to my little board there. Oh, look, I bent that one. Not my intention. All right. Let's try a couple more ice cubes. I went to Omaha last summer and didn't like the humidity. It's 81, which is the heat advisory for us. Are you in Oregon, Brandon? I can't remember. I feel like you're close to Honeybee. Oh my gosh. The getting off the vellum that's a challenge. Lord have mercy. Okay. I think the Lord's trying to be like, you have enough ice cubes, Kelly. Move along. Seattle. Okay, Brandon. I knew you were on the northwest. The only time I have ever been out that way. I flew into, I think the closest I got was I flew into Denver on my way to California once. Okay. All right. So now we finally have all of the pieces parts. Let me scoop. Or not. I'm trying to scoop myself in. Okay. I'm going to get my little sips of coffee. Alrighty. So we are going to color the outside of our cup blue. I will zoom us back in here. Oh, Benita, you were asked to join a design team last week. Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations. All right. So I'm using these ones. I feel like I do need a lighter. Yeah, let me grab this lighter blue. Okay, there we go. So we're going to use very minimal of the B4. And it's really going to be for like the bottom of the cup and this portion down here. We could add to accentuate like the hurricane style glass. We can add a little bit right there. We're going to keep it pretty light. Go right over that with the BO2. Kind of come up the side. to do a little bit down here, a little bit up this way on the stem. Okay. This part, like the most condensed part, is going to have the most condensed color. Everything else will be pretty light. So I'm keeping this B00. Going over everything that we've done. But on the sides, I'm keeping it to the right of the, what is that called? The stitched line. And then again, just like we talked about earlier, we want to make sure that we're going over the other colors because that's what's going to help blend them. And of course, I just dropped the one color that I need. Okay. All right. I'm in Salem, which is close to Honeybee. We also have a heat advisory for today. And you guys are in the 80s? Kitty, you're in the 80s and that's your heat advisory? All right, this is the last color, and we're going to blend that right into the white. And we're also going to bring that in on the edges a little bit. I left this part completely white. Down here at the bottom, blending that out. And then I'm going to leave this part at the top, that little hump, also completely white. Okay, so now he just has a little bit of color. We also determined we're doing this. Hold on. Okay. Yellow. Yellow. Brown. Just putting our little pieces parts together. I'm going to do the straw blue. Okay. So now for this one, we could do, let's do a stripe because that's something easy that we can do. Oh, Lola, where is that sale at? This is something easy that we can do to make ours a little bit different. So I'm just coming in a diagonal. And you could just leave it like that. I am going to go in with the next color, which is a B02. And just kind of extend that up a little so they're a little bit wider. It doesn't have to be perfection, but I am trying to get them to be relatively close in size. Like this one needs to come up. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to those gray markers that we used before. And I am going to grab the C3. Oh, Blick. Yeah. Blick they always have good sales. And that's where I buy my Copic markers anyway, because they're always the cheapest. Okay, so on the left-hand side, I'm just going to take this right down. I'm going to go right over to the blue. I don't even care about it. And then that way we have a little bit of extra shading and a little bit of added interest with our little stripe. Okay. So for this, because we're going to have to layer everything up on top of each other, I'm just going to go around with this B00. I'm just going to go right around the edges so that my edges aren't perfectly white when we're building the whole thing together before I put my blues away. Okay. Now, okay. unfortunately, like, and you guys will have to tell me, I do feel like coloring is like a dying art, which is amazing to me because I love it so much. But it does seem like in card making, it is less popular than some of the other things that you might see. Like stencils right now, layering stencils are kind of all the rage. Doesn't seem like anybody really wants to learn how to color anymore. Okay. So I'm going to take this. I know it's a brown, but we're just going to go with it. Just around the edges. You can see we didn't add very much at all. Okay. And then I'm going to go over that with the YR24. And then I am going to go in on the inside of the lemons. And I'm just going to do just a little line up. Well, I'm glad that my people are still here, that I'm not the only one who still loves coloring. So for the rind, I'm going to fill it in with the Y08. And then I'm going to take this up in the different segments. And then I'm going to leave a nice white area there for the highlight. Eleanor, you stop it. You flatter me. I do have a coloring specific class in mind. The ones that are more involved, like the color theory for card makers, I cannot do as often just because they're super in depth. So we've kind of been popping in with these mini classes, but I do have plans for another larger kind of all encompassing boot camp before the year is out. I love stencils. It makes me feel like I'm instantly talented. Cynthia, I agree. And I think that's why they are so popular. But you also said like you want to keep working on learning. I think that there's a lot of people in the industry who don't necessarily want to learn the skill of coloring. I think that they are happy to have a card that they're happy with. Even if, like, because we all have limited time to color or limited time to create. I totally get that. I think that it's just not as popular as it once was, but I love it. And I'll still be here doing it long after it's out of vogue. All right. So now for this one, we added the shading at the bottom toward the top. This one, we're going to add the shading at the top toward the bottom. So I'm going to flip it around because I prefer to flick away from myself. And then I am gonna do the same thing with those little like pie shapes. Just kind of extend that out. Okay. And I also, like, I know stamps are going by the wayside too, but like to me, oh, Sissy, thank you so much. To me, the stamp, like there's so many more techniques you can do with stamps than you can do with dies. Maybe I just need to learn. Maybe I just need to learn more techniques with just dies. Maybe they're out there and I am just unaware. But it seems like stamps are so much more versatile. And since I am all about getting more bang for your buck, I feel like stamps are a better investment. But again, just me. All right. So part of what's working really well for our color scheme here is that we have a cool color with the blue, and then we have the contrast of warm colors with the pinks, yellows, oranges. This is what we call a split analogous. And that is always a recipe for success. Okay, I like it is like instant gardening, immediate self gratification, no real work, and no long term goals. I get that. Oh, Jennifer, I love that you're teaching them. My daughter, I am teaching my daughter to use them as well, and she loves them. So here's the funny thing about the video about my daughter. I was just as delighted as everybody else to see the video because I didn't take that video and I did not post that video. My husband did. My husband took it and he posted it to share with everybody. So, yeah, it was very, very adorable. She is the cutest. And she colors so good already. That's every time one of my sisters is coming over. I'm just going to do a quick little blend for the umbrella stick. So yeah, she is already coloring in the lines, and you know, she'll be asking me, what color do you use for this? What color do you use for that? She's pretty fantastic. And I got my other one hustling side jobs. He's detailing cars for the summer to save up money. All right. So this will go on this. Swoop. And then I'm going to have to cut this. Yeah, even if you're not like a card maker or whatever, like I love coloring books. I just like to color. All right. So we'll do our little straw this way, our little umbrella this way. Okay. It's going to create a little bit of interest. And then, okay, so now this is where we're going to do the fun, fancy shimmer and shine. Hi, Jana. Your son needs some hustle. My kid, he is out there. He is doing it. He's, I think, done. He did 5 or 6 cars before vacation, and he's done 2 since he's been home. Oh, Jennifer, that's so fun. How are you making your own coloring books, if you don't mind me asking? It's down to concede it. Oh, stop it. You're allowed to pat yourself on the back. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Oh, look at it. I'm going to do this darker at the bottom, lighter at the top, just like we did the samples. That's how we're going to go about it. All right. I am going to color a little bit over the line because I want to make sure when we're peeking in on our shaker that there's color all over. Okay. So we're just kind of flicking that up. And remember, we don't want that wall of color. And we are going to go right over that previous color to help blend it in. This is going to look like a glass of wine. Like a glass of wine. Maybe we should blend in some orange, or maybe that would be fun. Maybe a little color changing. That might be fun. Okay. And then up here. Pinks can be kind of tricky with Copic markers. I do think that the pinks in Olos blend a little better, just being honest. Okay. With ChatGPT, I know some people are against AI, so don't kill me, please. But wow, it's going to be so much fun to color. I'm going to be giving my family members. I love that you are creating your own coloring books. You are very capable of coming up with your own ideas. You don't need ChatGPT to create them for you. Also, there are free printable coloring pages, so that might be another option instead of using AI. And that will be all that I will say about it. Okay. I am going to see if I can blend the where's my RVO2? Here it is. Okay. So obviously we're not going to take it all the way to the tippy top. Okay. Oh, good, Cynthia. I'm so glad that you're using your markers more. All right. So now we could leave it like this, or we can add in some more colors. Okay. So it'll look like this. We have to do our assembly of these items before we put the whole shaker bit together. Okay. Hi, Kim. All right. I don't want them to be at the same level down here or up here. So it's kind of like when you're assembling your like your planters, you want a short, a medium, and a tall. This is going to create more interest. And I think that that's not too bad. And then remember, we're going to have all of our little pieces, parts in there. So let's assemble the parts that we don't have a choice about. I'll move my glue over here. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then we'll put this. Okay, on there. Clean up my glue. All right. So this one, in order to make sure I only have glue where I need it, I'm just going to put glue on here. And thank you, Susan. I'm going to put them in as part of the shaker bits. All right. And I did it anyway. I put it on there so I wouldn't get it where I didn't want it. And then I just did it anyway. All right. So here's our lemon. And then we're going to do our straw. I do want it to be part way in, part way out, because this is going to be, I think this will be a lot of fun to create the look of it being inside, which obviously it will be. It'll be behind the acetate, but it's going to be also, there we go. Okay. I'm just holding this in place so I can get the glue down. There we go. Okay. All right, now let's double check before everything is set. Yeah, see, this needs to be at more of an angle. It's a little less interesting when it's straight down. Okay, there we go. Now, okay, you're going to think I'm crazy, but hang tight with me, all right? This is going to be inside the drink. So because it's going to be inside the drink, we're going to color them pink only below that line because they're inside. And so giving them that little pink over the top is going to make it look like they're in the drink instead of just on the drink. See what I'm saying? It's fun. Okay. Now, I have to get my... Oh, I should have done my die cut sheets. We did not do that, but that's what we're going to do because I don't want to have to cut a million of these. So let me grab them. All right. So these are foam adhesive sheets. And this is so you don't have to cut a billion, if I get them out of the package. So you don't have to cut a billion little die cut frames. You just have to cut the one. And this is going to act as our... I'm going to go this way so that way I can conserve the rest of it. This is going to act as a way to keep our shaker bits in. Now, because this is so thick, I am going to do them separately. Remember last time I did them together? I'm going to do them separately this time. I had to ask forgiveness when I watched another video and was thinking the same thing. I like details well. I know that there are a lot of... I've been doing this a long time, and there are a lot of people who I am not their cup of tea. They don't like story time, or they don't like coloring, or they think that I spend too much time on my cards. And that's fine, because not everybody is going to be for everyone. I like a lot of detail on my cards. I like to spend time on them. For me, it is not about quantity. It is about quality. And not that you can't make a quality card quickly. I don't mean to insinuate that. But I'm just not in a rush, because the part for me is not the... I like the finished product, but the part is the process. The creative process. That is the part that I love. I love doing the coloring, and I love adding the details, and I love seeing all of those things come together. And that's not for everyone. And that's okay, because it used to bother me. And it used to bother my mama. My mother would read every single comment on my YouTube channel, and she would never comment because she was like, I know it's your business, so I'm not going to say nothing because it's your business, but I don't like it. I don't like the way that these people be showing out. But I don't get those comments so much anymore. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. So here we're pretty close. I'm just checking it. We're pretty close. It's not all the way through the backer paper yet. So I'm just going to go one more time. Also, I'm doing this horizontally instead of vertically because I don't want to stretch out my foam. I want it to stay as close to its original shape as I can get it. Okay, now we're all the way through. All right, so now I'm going to pop this part off. My tape is really stuck on there, but that's okay. And now we're going to do the inside. So that way everything stays together and it's easier to cut through because we weren't trying to do it all at one time. All right, let me put this in place now. Okay, still going to stick with the horizontal die cutting. And we're going to go back and forth just a couple of times. Okay. There we go. Yeah, see, I can see it's already. Okay. There we go. Just need you to go back through. Thanks so much. Okay. So here, that tape, it must be the release paper. It really does like my low-tack tape, my mint tape. There we go. Okay. So now we have our little foam frame. I might need two. We'll try it with one and see how it goes. Okay. So that's done. And then I am going to use my tape here to just keep that from getting anything on it. And then also, oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that it's very helpful. I'm going to do this top piece up here. I'm less worried about the sides. And then we're going to do our ink blending right on top of that. And we're going to hope that it works the way that I think it will. All right. Okay, so see what's happening here? This is lifting, which means when I come in going forward, I'm going to have to come up and over it. Okay. It is shimmering. I'm just trying to look from the side to make sure that I've got all of the shimmers. Okay. Come on. All right, there's our shimmer. Look at that right there. That's so cool. So obviously it looks, you know, this part less so. But hi, Catherine. But yeah, all shimmery. I'm not mad about that. I think it looks pretty cool. I think that it's a nice alternative. The alcohol inks obviously look different, but this is also like a good way to kind of make them look special. Um, and you probably could get away with using her regular Cloud9 inks without, the metallic ones, without doing the interference. But I think they're pretty cool. All right. Thank you, Kim. Now, I don't think I'm going to. I think that I'll probably add some more to this, but we are going to finish the shaker part while we're together. All right. So I'm going to take off the back part of the release paper for the foam, and I'm going to line it up. I just want to make sure, because sometimes they do get a little smushed when we're die cutting them. Okay. All right. Just pushing it down there to make sure. Look at all that. Look at. I am leaving the ice cubes clear. Yes. That's why I cut them out of vellum. All right. So now I'm going to add the acetate to this portion. And in order to do that, I need some double-sided tape. Where's the thin one, Kelly? Where is it? Oh, there it is. It was hidden under another foam roll. Okay. You could also blend pounds of Versamark and Perfect Pearls if you don't have the shimmer ink like me. That's true, Brandon. You absolutely could do that. I do love a Perfect Pearl. All right, so this is just double-sided adhesive. I'm putting it on and just, I was going to say, it's easy to tear, but apparently I got to a piece that was like, no. So I just line it up along the shape. Because it's a little bit more like malleable. Don't worry about the plastic part of it, like the release paper, because it doesn't matter. That part's going to come off anyway. So as long as you're getting the adhesive down onto the edge, you can do it this way, or you can do what I was doing before, which is like putting it down, tearing it, and then putting down the next piece. Hi, Diane. Okay. I'm not going to put any adhesive up here, but I am going to put some down here because we have that part of the acetate. There we go. Okay. So now I have to get this one. It's underneath. Okay. That is not the trash. I'm mixing up my things, y'all. All right. So sometimes, there we go. I have it where I accidentally grab the tape that's still there. So in that case, I just kind of use my fingernail to pop up the edge so that I can grab it. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Jennifer. Thanks for popping in. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put this on the acetate. Nope, nope. I need these to be behind. All right, hold on. Hold on. I got to tuck them behind. There we go. Oh, I should have put the acetate on and then my garnishes, but I didn't. So now we're in it. Now we are in it. See, this is one of the things that you would not see on a pre-recorded video, because well, for most card makers, all of the boo-boos are taken out. I'm just very gently kind of popping them up so that I can get the acetate behind them. There we go. Okay, now I should be able to fold them up. So that I can get these in here. There we go. See, lesson learned. Okay, I got fingernail polish streak on a project the other day and immediately thought of you. Yeah, I definitely do that. All right, so now we know in the future we're going to do our garnishes after we put our acetate on. But, all right, so now we got to what's the word that I want? We have to re-adhere these. I am just going to use just a little bit of liquid adhesive because I only need to hold them in place long enough to get them onto this shaker bit. Okay. This one in particular, I want to be careful because I need it to line up where I colored it pink. Yeah, Cynthia, I feel the same way. Oh, Eleanor, I'm glad you're I'm glad it makes you feel better. Because we 100% make mistakes. All right, so now we're good. Now everybody's behind the acetate. Okay, so we're going to take our little shaker beads. I do love the shimmer. And then we're going to put our little guys in here. Okay, we don't want to overfill it. And then we're going to put our little ice cubes in here. Let's go with 5. More shaker beads? Not 100% sure. Maybe a few more. I have a tendency to overfill. I'll be honest. I do. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. All right, so now we remove our release paper. Carefully. And then we put our lid on. Okay. Okay. All right. We're in. Our ice cubes are not as shaky as I expected them to be, but that's okay. They can be a little stagnant in there. So there is a little bit of foam at the top that's kind of hanging over that I'll probably go in and trim off. But that's okay. Hi, Linda. So that's fun. That's a fun one. All right. I think, and then can you see, like we still get all of the shimmer? And we'll make him the little star of our show here with our little starburst. I do think it needs something. Let's get our summer on there. Just so we can see. Yeah, that'll be cute. Oh, Linda, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. I appreciate all the support. It does make it so that I can continue to make all of the things. All right. So we'll do it there like that. And then probably another little sentiment below, I think. Let me trim this off. I don't want to do too many techniques on one card, but I do feel like it needs a little something at the... Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Here, I'm just trimming off the extra so that it doesn't... like continue to hang over. Okay, there we go. That is better. This is very thoughtful of you, Linda. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so there's that. I do think maybe if we... Where is this blue even from? Does anybody know? It's like a neat... It's like a bright... It's like a bright blue. Well, there's a bright blue that's a glitter. I need a full sheet. That's why I'm on the lookout. What's down here? Oh, is it this? What is this? Tide blue? Oh, I think that's what it is. I think it's Tide blue from Altenew. So let's see if we could just maybe do a frame moment and have that be sufficient. For bringing the whole thing together. Because I really truly believe a beach ball would be super cute. A beach ball would be super cute. But I don't think I have a beach ball, Brandon. But also, Brandon, where would I put that? Like balance wise in the design. Where would I put a beach ball? Okay. I like a pool floaty idea. That's cute. Okay. So let me see if we. Okay. I think adding in the frame does help bring it together. Thank you so much for coming, hanging out with me. All right. So I think that does help. What about, hold on, because I colored. Did I put it up here for Caitlin? I might have. Nope, that's an octopus. I did color a hibiscus and I didn't end up using it. But what did I do with it? Questionable. Yeah, I don't know. But that might be something. Okay. Well, I am unfortunately out of time because I do have to get Jelly Bean from daycare. But I will finish the card and then you will see the finished card. You will see the finished card in the Instagram hop tomorrow. So let me back this up. Do you have a frame die to glue to the top of the card? Catherine, that's a good idea. In the bottom right of the glass. Like down here, the beach ball, just floating in midair. All right, let me do this. Okay, here I am. I think we accomplished quite a bit, okay, because we got our shaker done. We did our experiment with the inks, okay? This is why experimenting is so important. This, not that pretty. That, very pretty. So good to know what will and will not work. So like I said, I will finish the card. But at least we got just the little shakery bit done. Two glasses. And add cheers to summer. Yeah, I have she has a bunch of cute little sentiments. Like the little mini summer sentiments. So I have those. I just haven't figured out which one will go with it. So when are my lives usually? My lives are usually during the day and typically like I usually start them between 1 and 3. I try not to go live at the same time that other crafters are going live. I try to do my best to pay attention to that. But that Wednesday at 1 that I used to do before is what works best for me. That's why I picked that time. So that will probably be like Wednesdays between 1 and 3. I'll try to be better about scheduling them out a little further so that you can notify, put that on there and stuff. But I do appreciate you guys always, popping in and hanging out with me. I will edit this down and turn it into an actual video so you'll be able to see the full thing together. I do have a video that I just put up yesterday if you're looking for something to watch that has a special discount code on it through tonight at midnight. But that's it. So thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a fun summer day, and I will see you on the next one. Okay.